Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Kirkwood. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. If you can see me and hear me, okay, just drop a 1 in the chat. If you can see me and hear me, okay, drop a 1 in the chat. I would love to know if y'all can see me and hear me, okay. I'm going to get started because I want to start right away. I'm going to leave this up as a replay. Okay, so let's get started. My name is Ashley Kirkwood. I run a community called Speak Your Way to Cash. We specialize in helping some of the most brilliant experts to transition into growing and scaling their businesses by selling services. We absolutely love what we do. We're excited about what we do. And if you are a service-based business, drop a 1 in the chat. If you sell speaking services, consulting services, accounting, legal, finance services, drop a 1 in the chat. We help you sell more services and land large contracts. And today, we are here to talk to you about how to recession-proof your service-based business. So if you are someone who wants to ensure that no matter what happens next, you are able to thrive and survive, then this is where you want to be. We're going to go through 3 strategies that you can use to really grow that business, recession-proof that business, all of that. Yes, styling is a service-based business. You sell services, okay? And so I'm glad that you guys can hear me. I'm glad that you guys can see me. I'm excited to get into this content. I'm excited to get into this content with you all. We are going to get started. If you have a friend who you know should be in here, you know of a service-based business that should be here, we're going to dive right in. So go ahead and tag them in this video. Go ahead and tag them in this video. And then I'm going to go live on Instagram. Y'all, I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. This is not 100% professional, but I'm going to just tell y'all, I am straight off a vacation, no team, doing this solo dolo, and I am like a little bit rusty on the live video thing. So we're going to go ahead and go live on Instagram as well. At the same time, I don't even got my Instagram to stand, but we're going to make it work, and it's going to be a vibe. So here's what we're going to do. Yes, I'm glad that you're here. Hey, Jillian, how are you doing? So here's what we're going to do. First off, let me know the services that you sell in the comment section, and I'll be able to tailor this to those that are watching this live. If you're watching it on the replay, then you should have been here live so I can tailor it to you. Let me know what services you sell in the comment section. And also, announcements, y'all. Announcements. If you are here, and you are not signed up for the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge, then you need to sign up for the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge, okay? Now, the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge starts on Monday, so if you are watching this and you are not signed up, then you 100% need to make sure that you sign up for the challenge. We're going to dive right in. So I'm Ashley Kirkwood. I run a community called Speak Your Way to Cash. We call our community Cash Leaks because we are in the sport of building revenue-generating businesses in a way that only we can. We absolutely love what we do and who we do it for, and we serve you guys in 3 really simple ways. 1, we have our free services. We have our free Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group, our free podcast. And then 2, let me see if I can draw this out. And I'm going to see if y'all on Instagram can see this. If you're on Instagram and you want to see better, go to the Speak Your Way to Cash Facebook group. You'll have a much better view. So we call the people in our first sphere our self-starters. So they're in the free Facebook group. They are listening to the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast that is here. And the podcast is just called Speak Your Way to Cash. Maybe you're reading our Speak Your Way to Cash book, you're a self-starter. But then we have the folks up here who we call our explorers. They are coming to our live events, okay? And if you're on Instagram and you want a ticket to Speak Your Way to Cash Live, just drop live in the comments, all right? And then we have our top tier clients, right? These are our clients who absolutely are committed to growing their businesses. And we call these first ring of businesses, these are our leaders. These are our leaders, and these folks are in our Elite and Lux Mastermind. And so if you're an elite business, you are a business that's doing under $500,000 in revenue. You know you have some clients. You may not have all the clients you want, but you do have some clients, but you're still under 500K in revenue. How many of you all have elite businesses? Drop elite in the comments. And then we also serve our Lux businesses. Lux, L-U-X-E. These are our businesses already over $500,000 in revenue. They're in my inner circle and they're in the Lux level of our mastermind. So do we have any elite businesses in the comment section? You're doing under 500K. You have business, you have clients, you have a business, you're committed to growing that business, and right now your revenue is under 500K. Just drop elite in the comments. And if you are already over $500,000, $1 million in revenue, drop Lux in the comments. Let me see what businesses we got in the chat. Who do we have here with us today? I'm seeing some elites. I'm seeing some Lux. And if we got any mastermind fam in the building, drop mastermind down below that are in our mastermind. So we serve people. We have our 3 ways we serve. Our free group, our live events, our mastermind level programs where we serve elite and Lux businesses and help them go to the next level. Now, why do we do this? Our philosophy at Speak Your Way to Cash, and this is important because I want y'all to know, number one, we got levels to what we do, levels to how we serve people, and not just levels, but like you can start with our company for no cost or free by coming to our challenges, our live events, our Facebook group, all that kind of stuff, right? But then once you are committed to growing your company and you want to learn more about working with us, you're going to invest in a ticket to our live event. And if you want a ticket to our live event, drop live in the chat. Then we have our Lux businesses, our elite businesses. These are folks who are like, look, I am committed to growing this company to $1 million and beyond and making sure that we are consistently bringing in clients and we are growing ourselves. This is our mastermind. This is one of our higher tier investments. And so if you're ready for the mastermind and you want to apply for the mastermind, just drop apply in the chat and we'll make sure that you get a mastermind application. And if you're on Instagram, just drop mastermind in the chat and we'll make sure that you get an application right away. So that's how we serve our clients. But why do we do it? And let me ask you guys this. Let's have a conversation tonight. This ain't no monologue. I rarely do nighttime stuff anyway. So let's talk. Why are you in business? Why are you in business? Why do you do this? What's your driving force? I feel, I'm going to tell y'all why I'm in business. I genuinely feel with all of my heart that I am here to champion the real experts. That I am here to ensure that businesses that have expertise, have the degrees, have the qualifications, are able to sell their services in a crowded marketplace. That's why I believe I'm here. And our goal is to help our first 1,000 companies get their first $1 million in speaking and licensing and consulting revenue. So we help you sell more services and land large contracts, but who I do it for is the real experts. Who I do it for is the people who went to school, have decades of experience, know exactly what they're doing and how they're going to serve their clients, who get results for their clients, but just maybe need to be a little bit louder in the marketplace. Is there anyone who feels like you're an expert at what you do, but you need to be seen in the marketplace? Somebody drop seen in the chat. Drop seen in the chat. S-E-E-N. Drop seen in the chat. If you're like, I'm great at what I do, but I need to get more seen. I need to get more qualifications. I need to get more clients. Let me know. Drop seen in the chat. Drop seen in the chat. Okay, I'm seeing some scenes come through. And what I may be able to do for Instagram, let me see if my husband will bring me my phone stand. I'm gonna see if he will. Okay, awesome. So let's get into it. Hey, Instagram. Hey, family. Okay, let's get into it. I'm seeing some scenes in the chat. Let's go. So I'm going to give you guys, if y'all rock with me for the next 30 to 45 minutes, I don't know how the spirit will move me. I'm going to give you guys 3 strategies to grow in a pandemic, to grow in a recession, to grow during turbulent times. And I'm doing this because I realized something. I kept saying, hey, I don't want my companies, my businesses, my clients to be impacted by the recession. And I was praying this morning and God put something on my heart, which was, that's the wrong thought. And I was like, ooh, well, correct me then, because I thought we didn't want to be impacted by the recession. And he was like, no, you don't want to be impacted negatively by the recession, but you be okay with being impacted positively. And what I was seeing and what I kept saying, and let me know if you relate to this. If it's relatable, drop relate. I kept thinking, how is the recession going to impact businesses? The recession, how is it going to impact businesses? If it's relatable, drop relatable in the chat. And I never thought about, when I was doing this analysis in my head, the recession can positively impact your business. What about that? What about that? Now, this is a little risky to say because I know a lot of people like to focus more on the negative than the positives, but one of our core values as a company at Speak Your Way to Cash is positivity. That is literally one of our 9 core values is positivity. And so when you're thinking about how will you be impacted by the recession, fine, be impacted, but be impacted positively. Be impacted in a way where it grows your business. Is there anyone who wouldn't mind being positively impacted regardless of what happens in economic times? Drop a me in the chat if you're like, me, I wouldn't mind being positively impacted. And is there anyone on here, I don't know, we got like maybe 25 plus people on here. Is there anyone on here who will believe that their business will blow up during this time? Their business will grow during this time? Drop grow in the comments. If you're like, oh no, my business is gonna grow, drop grow in the comments. Because what I'm gonna share with you are 3 ways that your business can grow regardless of what happens by tomorrow. Because there's one thing that I can guarantee you, and it is that this economy will go up and some things will go down. And when I say go down, I don't mean there'll be crashes. I don't mean any of that. What I mean is, and I'm just going to say it to you like they talk about it on business news and on stock news. And if I can teach a little bit, just drop a 2 in the chat if y'all are down with me teaching this right before we go into our content tonight. This doesn't mean your business fails. This could mean that spending within certain groups, within certain segments, within certain industries slows. It doesn't mean it stops. It means it slows. And I want you to think about the economy, the global economy, as a roller coaster and something that maybe at times is speeding up and sometimes it maybe is speeding down a little bit. But how many know that things that go down must come up? And it's not about whether people will be spending. People will spend every single day of the week. It's just a matter of how quickly they'll spend and the requirements on you for them to spend. And let me tell you this. If you thought that it was easy to get money during the pandemic, and so maybe, I'm not saying none of y'all did this. Cash leaks don't do this. I'm not saying none of y'all did this, okay? So don't be coming for me. Don't be coming for me after what I say. Don't be sending me no hate mail or nothing like that before I say this. But if you thought that at one point it was just easy for you to do it, it was so simple for me to get business, it was just like everything I put out was just hitting. I didn't have to do no work. I didn't have to do no effort. Clients were coming real easily. I was getting referrals every single day, day in and day out. And you allowed that period to make you comfortable. Well, you may just have to get better. And here's what I see. There are 2 types of people that I see. There's group A. Group A is like, okay, times are getting more difficult. I have to stop. And group A spends the vast majority of their time. Let me tell, because I just want to know, we're gonna call group, I'm gonna just do 2, okay? We're gonna call group A the doubters. And I use this analogy because I want to make sure we got the right people on. And some of y'all might as well go ahead and share this because it's about to get real good, real fast. So go ahead and share this video out. Oh, look, my husband brought me my, bought me my mic stand. Okay, there we go. All right, Instagram, now y'all get a better view. So y'all can thank Chris for that. So group A, I call group A the doubters, right? And these are the individuals that when things get bad, the news don't look the way the news is supposed to look, they spend the vast majority of their time complaining. How many of y'all know those people? If you know somebody that spends the vast majority of their time complaining, it don't matter if the economy is good, if the economy is bad, if the economy, it don't matter what it's doing, they spend the vast majority of their time complaining. Just drop a 1 in the chat. If you know somebody like that right now today, they're sitting somewhere right now, complaining. Drop a 1 in the chat. They spend the vast majority of their time complaining. And then there's also a group of people that will use any type of uncertainty as an excuse to quit. I'm just saying, they will use anything as an excuse to quit. It's just a characteristic of this type of individual. And then they also, another characteristic, and if you all know anyone where anything is their excuse to quit, drop a 2 in the chat. Do y'all know people that be like, my big toe is hurting today and it's just not gonna work out? Like, if the big toe wasn't hurting, I could do it. But since the big toe is hurt, they walk out is that a breeze? Oh, breeze of air. Can't do it no more. It's feeling a little nifty. If y'all know this person, I see y'all on Instagram like, yes, I know that person. I'm seeing some, yeah, she's like, you are on it. So look, we have this person. And then the third characteristic of this individual is this is someone who is inconsistent. So because they like to complain, because anything is an excuse to quit, the behavior that you see most often with this characteristic is they're inconsistent. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. But if they tell you something, you don't know whether it's real or not until, you see how they feel. Like, you cannot rely on this type of person. But then there's another type of individual that's like, hey, I don't care what's going to happen. I'm going to win anyways. Like, this person is always committed to the purpose. Okay? This person is always creating new ideas, new products, new services, and this person is consistent. The first thing that you have to determine if you are going to make it through whatever comes next is that you will be decided. You will be consistent no matter what. How many of you know it don't really matter what's going to happen tomorrow? You're going to be here. You're going to be consistent. You are not going to give up because this is bigger than a paycheck for you. This is indeed your purpose. Drop a decided in the chat. Drop the word decided in the chat if that's you. And you know that you are going to be consistent no matter what. So the first thing you're going to need in order to grow in a recession is going to be the right mindset. Somebody drop mindset. You're going to need the right mindset. And the mindset that you're going to need is going to be one that says, in every economic climate, there are people that win. I am those people. And if you sell services, we're going to talk about who you need to be selling to in a little bit, but if you sell services, then your mindset has to be, I may not know what's coming, but I know who I am. And if I'm a winner, it really don't matter what's coming, winners win. You see what I'm saying? And so there has to be that mindset, because without that mindset, you all, it is so easy to get distracted by environment. It is so easy to get, for me, it is so easy to get distracted by environment. I remember when the pandemic first hit, I was 8 months pregnant. I was on my way. Anybody else have a baby while being a full-time entrepreneur? Y'all know we don't get maternity leave unless we give it to ourselves. So my whole maternity leave plan was I'm going to do these engagements. I had an engagement lined up with the University of Tennessee and a few other colleges. I was like, I'm going to do these engagements. These are 5-figure contracts. I'm going to go and get these 5-figure contracts, 8 months pregnant. And then that's going to be my maternity leave money because I'm going to get all that cash at one time. And I was just going to pocket it and I was going to take time off with my baby. Well, the pandemic hit, right? Like the week before we were going to drive to Tennessee. And we were driving because I was actually too close to delivery to fly. So I was real pregnant. And right when the pandemic hit, all of my clients at the time, several of the clients within days called me and canceled their contracts. Like it was well over 30K in contracts in a very short period of time. And my initial thought was, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to take a maternity leave. Like I don't have the reserves to just totally stop working. And there were several speakers I know who totally stopped their business, shut their businesses down. They didn't even pivot to virtual. They just up and quit. Does anyone know anyone else who stopped doing business during the pandemic. They didn't push forward. They kind of stopped doing business altogether. They left their business. Drop a 3 in the chat if y'all know anyone that did that. Like, we had to decide whether we were going to show up and serve, or we were just going to stop showing up altogether. And I was very scared. One, I was scared because I wasn't scared so much because we lost all that revenue. My biggest concern during the pandemic was, I am bringing a child into the world at such an uncertain time. Was this a wise decision? That's what I kept thinking. Like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what tomorrow holds. What am I going to teach her? What am I going to tell her? Will she get to see her family? My mom couldn't be in the delivery room, and I knew I was only having one kid. So it was a lot going on through my mind, but we had to determine that we weren't going to quit. And when so many people were being inconsistent, because it was like, I don't know what's going on, I'm not gonna be consistent. We had to lean in and be more consistent. So I started determining, okay, I'm gonna go live. I can go live in the Speak Your Ready Cash Facebook group daily. I can give encouragement. I can give inspiration. We're gonna start reselling. We're not going to. I didn't enforce. Now I'm a lawyer by trade. I left my $300,000 legal job to start this business. I didn't enforce my contracts strictly during the pandemic. I decided to be an ally to my clients and tell them, hey, it's fine, as long as you all rebook within the year, we're gonna amend that clause, because no one knows what's going on, and I want to be seen as a resource during this time. And almost every single client came back and awarded me a larger contract. Because we were consistent, because we didn't quit, because we didn't give up. And so I don't know if you need to hear this, but pause doesn't mean quit. Slow down doesn't mean stop. And you don't have to give up. You need to have that winner's mindset of, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I'm going to win. So you need the mindset of a winner. Winners win. I want you to declare in the chat, I am a winner. I am a winner. I am a winner. Okay? And what ended up happening was our business grew astronomically during that time because we didn't quit. And even after that, because there was that period of 2020 to 2022 where people were getting a lot of cash infusion and a lot of businesses grew, but then their growth kind of stalled. Our growth has not stalled. We have grown a whole lot every single year since then, because even when times were good, we didn't quit. And when times were bad, we didn't quit. And it didn't matter. We were consistent. So that first mindset you need is the mindset of a winner. It doesn't matter what happens. You know who you are. You're going to keep going. So let's go through this. Boom. Second thing. How are you going to grow? How are you going to grow? You're going to grow because you're going to diversify your income sources. Now, there's 2 ways to diversify, right? 1, who you sell to. 2, what you sell. Right? Now, here's how this looks. And we're doing the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge next week to talk to you about how you can land corporate contracts, how you can increase your coaching and consulting contracts, how you need to pitch, who you need to pitch, all the fun things. So if you are not registered, you need to be registered. Go to pitchyourwaytocash.com. On Instagram, just drop the word challenge in the chat. All right. So this is the way you diversify. Who you sell to, what you sell. Who you sell to. This is going to be you diversifying the types of clients you sell to. What do I mean by types? You may have individual coaching clients. You may have corporate clients. You may have clients that are clients that are in a diversity of industries, because different industries are impacted differently by different economic climates. So you want to analyze your business now and say, well, how diversified are we? Do we only serve brand new business owners? Do we have some larger companies that we're serving? Do we only serve people in one industry? Do we have industry diversification? Do we have Fortune 100 clients? And how ready are we to serve different types of clients if we need to pivot? So the way that you're going to diversify your income and grow is this. Now, here is where this gets tricky. If I can keep it all the way real, drop real in the chat. If I can keep it all the way real, drop real in the chat. This is where this gets tricky. To my elite businesses doing less than $500,000 in revenue, the number one thing you need to do, the number one issue you probably have is a lack of focus. How do I know? Because I remember very clearly, I had a law firm, a consulting firm, a coaching firm. Like, it was just two businesses, but they all served so many different services that I had to have a variety of marketing messages. And it was very hard for me to focus and sell to one audience because I was always selling to many audiences. I'm seeing some yes in the comments. I'm seeing, if this is you or you relate to it, just drop relate in the chat. Drop relate in the chat. So for me, when I was under $500,000, one of the issues I had was focus. So when I say diversify who you sell to, what you can diversify who you sell to, but you need a singular marketing message for all of them. Otherwise, you will be spread too thin and you don't have the resources to be spread that thin. What am I talking about? When I had a law firm and a coaching business, those are two separate marketing messages. Hey, I'm going to show you how to get your trademark, but over here, I'm going to show you how to make money in your business. The make money in your business message doesn't directly relate to trademarks. I tried to make them relate, and I did a decent job of it, but I was always, I had to spend too much time explaining two things, okay? And so when I talk about diversify your client base, I still mean have a singular marketing message. So how does this look now? Well, at Speaker Ready Cash, we help you land large contracts and sell more services. If I have a corporate client, what am I helping them do? Land more contracts and sell more services. I'm training their sales team. I'm talking about mindset, but as it relates to sales. If I'm talking to my coaching clients, what are we helping them do? Land more contracts, sell more services. But you can be a therapist and be in our community. You can be an accountant and be in our community. You can be a lawyer and be in our community. You can sell, you can be a stylist and be in our community. Any type of services you sell, we can help you sell more services and land large contracts. But it's the same marketing message, even though there's diversification there. It's the same marketing message. It's the same ad that they all are going to be able to see and be drawn in. So even though I'm saying diversify your clients, I'm not saying to have a variety of marketing messages. If it makes sense, and if you got it, drop got it in the comments. Drop got it in the comments, because this is where you get it twisted, my elite businesses. My folks under $500,000, this is where it gets twisted. Is you want to sell to 20 different people, you got 20 different marketing messages, and you got $10 a day in an ad budget. It ain't gonna work. It ain't supposed to work like that. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to work like that. Why is it not supposed to work like that? Because if you are spread so thin with a limited marketing budget, limited team, you and that one BA, baby, you're gonna need more. If you're going to have all these different marketing messages and all these different buckets, it gets too confusing, and then people don't know how to refer you because your marketing message isn't memorable because it's not repeatable, because you're saying so many different things. Okay, y'all got it? I gotta make sure my cash sweeps are straight out here. I don't want y'all like, no, Ashley told me to sell to 50 different businesses. I don't understand why I'm not rich yet. So you can diversify with who you sell to. The other way you're going to diversify, number two, so number one, if you're taking notes in the chat, the first thing you're going to need is a winner's mindset. So somebody write that number one in the chat. Number two, the second thing you're going to need is to diversify who you're selling to. Diversify who you're selling to. Somebody drop that in the chat for me. Okay? Somebody drop that in the chat for me. Y'all still rocking and rolling on Instagram? I'm seeing some guidance in the chat. So the second way you're going to diversify what you're selling. Okay? You're going to diversify what you're selling. You're going to diversify what you're selling. So what do I mean, what you're selling? So when I say what you're selling, the reason we have services that are, so if you think about, let's just use our company as an example. Our low-cost service will be like the Speak Your Ready Cash book. It's literally, I think it's $24. You can go to speakyourreadycash.com/buy book, or go to the link in my Instagram bio. The book is fire. It's literally like this book. You ain't got this book right here? You ain't got this book right here? Right here? Oh, you tripping if you ain't read this book right here. This book is fire, okay? Not just because I wrote it, but I did. So you got the book. That's a low-cost service. So we have an offer for people who are just getting started, maybe a little bit more apprehensive, because during recessions and things like this, and I'm not saying we're in a recession. I'm just saying what has historically happened during recessions is not that spending stops. Spending never stops. spending may slow. What does it mean that spending may slow? People have money, but they're slower to spend it. Do you all know that recessions are created more by fear than actual economic climates? I want y'all to write that down. Recessions are created more by fear than actual economic climates. What does that mean? Even if we're still seeing jobs in the marketplace, jobs available for people, people are still spending. Like in reality, there's no reason for there to be a recession, but due to fear causes more recessions than actual economic conditions. Now, with interest rates rising, spending is going to slow. But it's the fear that causes spending to slow more than an individual's actual circumstance. Meaning, even if interest rates are really high and I could afford to buy a house, the fear of it being a recession, even if it's affordable to me, would make me slower to buy the home than my actual economic reality. If y'all got it, drop got it. If y'all got it, drop got it. So what does that mean for us business owners? It means you may need to diversify what you sell, not because people won't buy high ticket during a recession, but because people are slowing their spend, which means if you're going to sell them something that's $30, $40, $50, $100,000 right now, you will need to prove that you are the person that they should be buying it from. And how do you do that? With a lower risk investment, which is why we have a free challenge. We don't have a free challenge because people ain't got money. That's not why we have a free challenge. And in fact, I don't want people without money coming to my free challenge, to be clear, because it's just not who I work with. However, we have a free challenge because if you are skeptical about whether or not I have what it takes to help you get to the next level, I'm going to give you an easy way to learn from me that's almost no risk to you so that you can make an informed decision. So when spending slows, what we need to help our clients do is to make an informed decision to work with us. Somebody drop proof in the comments. Drop proof in the comments. So the book, low cost, right? Then we have the event. Now, our event tickets range anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. Now, this is a little bit more of an investment. But if you read the Speak Your Way to Cash book, there is no way that you read this book and you're like, she don't know nothing to help me grow my business. It's just impossible. So you read that book, a 2 to 5K investment is absolutely nothing. And then we got like, this is our 8th year doing the event. Then we got hundreds of testimonials. Then we got all of the proof that this event is exactly where you need to be. Drop live in the comments on Instagram or on Facebook if you need to be at the event. So boom, we have an investment of the event. But then our mastermind is for businesses who are committed to their growth. And they're like, no, I need more time with you. I need to ask you questions. I need a community. I want to grow my business. And we have 2 levels to our mastermind. Elite for elite businesses that are under $500,000 and Lux for Lux businesses that are over $500,000 and going to their next $1 to $3 million. Those people, those folks, those Lux members work with me directly. So they have Boxer access to me. I'm giving them a VIP day. All of those things are happening in our Lux mastermind. So this is a higher tier service. Now, here's the thing. When you think about your product offerings, how can a customer get the proof that you are who you say you are without making a 30 to 50K investment? So this can be through your content. It can be through a book. It could be through media and press. But you need a way for them to get some proof. And I don't necessarily think everyone should diversify before they put things out into the marketplace. Our diversification came organically from us seeing what our clients wanted and then producing what they wanted. Personal opinion is this book is what fueled our millions. Because one, it was really well done. And it shows our clients our entire framework. And we have had people land 5-figure contracts and more. We had someone come up to me at an event. She was like, Ashley, I just want to let you know, I just closed my first multi-million-dollar deal from reading your book. I'll be coming to all your stuff. We've had people say, I've landed 5-figure contracts from reading the book. I'll be coming to the event. I'm joining the mastermind. And so it helps people to get proof. It's DIY though. So if you have a low ticket thing, it's typically DIY. They got to do it themselves. I'm not showing up calling them, texting them, like I'm not answering their Facebook messages with Loom videos and all of that when they bought a $24 book. Now the event, it's more high touch. Our team is more involved, but at the actual event, you're able to experience the community, ask questions, get to the mic, the whole nine. But then in the mastermind, we're working together for 12 plus months, and you get access to myself and our team of well-vetted experts. So your touch points go up as the investment goes up, which just makes sense. Now, some of y'all, I ain't gonna look at nobody, may be given high-level access for low prices. And I can't judge, because my very first coaching program, Quiet as Kept, was $30 a month. So I'm not judging you. If you've ever underpriced, okay? If you've ever underpriced, just drop a $sign in the comments. Just drop a $sign in the comments if you've ever underpriced. Like, yes, girl, I have been there. I have done that. And here's the beautiful thing about it. Let's say you have underpriced. It doesn't even matter, because as of tonight, you can raise your prices. So many people be like, I'm looking for a sign of when I should raise my. This is your sign. Tonight could be your night. This could be your day. Go and log into Wix, Squarespace, Kartra, ClickFunnels, and just change them numbers. And think about, I'm doing it now. I'm doing it right now. Like literally, you can just change them numbers. You don't even got to play with it for too long. Don't think about it too long. I remember somebody would be like, oh, your price is right. Raise your price. I'd be like, okay, done. I would try to do it as quickly as possible. I'm like, God, that is my sign. I accept the sign. Boom. That is it. Okay? That is the sign. I'm accepting that as a sign. So you just diversify what you sell. So you want to maybe have something that's a lower ticketed price, mid-ticket, and then you can have a high-ticketed offer. And I'm not saying everyone needs all three levels, but analyze your business to see where you can diversify. Remember, we talked about the two ways you can diversify: who you're selling to and what you're actually selling. And we have one other thing. If y'all ready for number 3, drop a 3 in the chat. If y'all are getting value from this, drop a value in the comment section. Just drop the word value in the comment section. And if you need a ticket to the Speak Your Way to Cash Challenge, the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge, trademark pending, we worked hard for that trademark, the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge, then I want to make sure that you all go to www.pitchyourwaytocash.com, get your ticket, drop challenge in the comments on Instagram. I'm glad y'all are getting value out of this. I'm on vacation, so I'm ready to run up out of here. So much energy. So the third way you're gonna grow. Lean in close, family. Lean in close. Is this thing on me? Let me see. Is it blurry? Make sure y'all see on this. Y'all in here, Instagram, let me bring y'all close. The third way you're going to grow is you are going to be consistent. Someone say consistent in the comments. Somebody drop consistent in the comments. Drop consistent in the comments for me. You're going to be consistent. Now, let me explain what my definition of consistency is. The definition of consistency is you show up through storms. That's consistent. You show up through storms. Somebody drop that definition in the chat for me. Drop that definition in the chat. Now, why do I say through storms? Through storms, through sun, through whatever. But for most of us, it's really easy to show up when everything is going right. We are challenged to show up when everything doesn't feel right. I'll never forget, I was in Houston, Texas for my friend Brandy's conference. It was an incredible conference. Shout out to Child Care Millionaires Live. It was an incredible conference, and we had stayed up till like 12, 1 in the morning, just talking, laughing, having a good time. It was just beautiful. But I knew in my heart, anybody else on a fitness journey with me, let me know. I knew in my heart I had to wake up and meet my trainer in the morning. And I'm just up kikiing, having a great time. Ooh, it's so great. Ooh, this is a good conversation. Like I didn't have to wake up in the morning and go to the gym at 6 a.m. And I go at 7 a.m. Eastern, but I was on Central Time, and so I had to go at 6 a.m. And I told my trainer that I travel a lot, and I was like, but you know what? Even when I'm traveling, I'm going to show up virtually wherever I'm at, and I'm going to train, and I'm going to work out, because I need to learn how to be consistent on the go. And the reason I need to be consistent on the go, and I really pray you all listening to this, because I feel like there's someone on here who really needs to hear this. The reason I need to be consistent on the go is because I had seen a vision of my life where I'm traveling a lot and I'm speaking in these arenas and I'm helping people, and it required me to move around, but my health was still a priority, because if I'm not healthy, I can't do any of the other things. And so I told her, even though I'm traveling, I want to make sure I still show up even when it's hard. I want you to challenge me to still track my food and do things I'm supposed to do even when I don't want to do it, because I had to develop the habit of showing up when I didn't feel like it. And there are some of you who are praying for really, really, really big blessings. And what if I told you that really big blessing you're praying for, like let's say you're praying for a huge, huge, huge blessing. I don't know what everybody's praying for, but we just gonna say it's a big blessing, and we gonna make the blessing green. Maybe your blessing's money, I'm not sure. But then on the other side of this is like who we currently are. And I'm gonna put on the other side of this habit. So on one side, we have our habits. On the other side, we have the blessing that we're praying for, whatever that thing is. What if I told you that the only way you get to cross over and get your blessing is if you commit to developing the right habits? And what I didn't want is to see a very big, very grand, very exciting, very make you shout and spin around in church vision of my future. And the only reason I didn't get it is not because of the devil, it's not because of the recession, it's not because clients won't pay, it's not because of any of the other reasons that I could make. It's solely because my habits and my character couldn't carry me across the line to my blessing. I don't know, like, I wasn't even gonna talk about this tonight, but like, I don't even know why that just came to me the way that it did. But I want you to imagine this visualization of your habits and your character being your boat to your blessing. Like, you gonna need this habit and character boat to get you across the water so you can get to the blessings and to everything God has promised you. What if it ain't the devil? What if it ain't your family? What if it ain't your mom and them? What if it's your habits and your character? It just isn't strong enough to weather the storms you need to weather to get across that line into your blessing season. Couldn't be me. So I told that trainer I was gonna wake up and train. And I had a conversation with my husband that night. So I was like, baby, I'm tired. And I gotta wake up at 6 a.m. and it's midnight right now. Should I just cancel? Should I not do it? Should I still go? Should I? And I set my alarm for 6 a.m. for 5:55 a.m. because I ain't really want to do it. So I was like, I'm giving myself 5 minutes before I gotta get down there and I'm just making work. And when that alarm went off at 5:55 a.m., I was like, ain't no way I can go back to sleep. But if I go and work out, I'll be able to go work out. And then after I work out, I'll be able to get back in bed and maybe get some sleep if God is willing. Now, for me, I'm gonna share this with y'all too. I have to quiet my mind before bed to get really good rest because I am very excitable. Like, I just am an excited, happy person. Like, I be lit all the time. So before bed, is anybody else, like, y'all really got, like, you get so many ideas, you're living, you're excited about life, and you have to quiet your mind before you get to bed. Anybody else? Just drop relatable in the chat. So I'm like, okay, if I wake up, God, I just pray that you allow me to get back to bed. So I get out of bed at 5:55 a.m. I'm a little late to the training session, but I showed up. And I went and I did the training. And I got all the way down to the gym of the hotel. And I realized I had forgot my phone stand so she could see me clearly. And I asked her, hey, do you want me to go back to my room and get my phone stand? And she was like, no, don't go back to your room and get your phone stand. I promise you there's a lesson in this story. Don't go back to your room and get your phone stand. Just put it on the floor and let's do the workout. And everything in me wanted her to tell me to go back to my room and get my phone stand because I was like, oh, I need all my little tools and I need all my little material. And if I don't have everything I need, blah, 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 blah. But with me putting the phone on the floor, she actually was able to see me better than she would have been able to see me with the phone stand. Why am I sharing that with you all? I'm sharing that with you because there's some of you that aren't moving forward because you feel like, oh, the economy's not right. Oh, I don't have all the materials I need. I don't have all the tools that I need. I don't have all the resources that I need. People ain't believing in me. They ain't putting me on their stage. They ain't doing this. They ain't doing that. And what you don't realize is you not having those things actually puts you in a better position to serve than you would have been in had you had everything that you think you need. Because the truth of the matter is, I don't row boats. I'm not a captain of a ship. I don't really know what it takes to get through that storm. And sometimes you don't really know what it will require and what it will take until you actually do it. And so before you think about all the stuff you need, the thing you need more than any other tool, any other resource, any other thing is to commit that you are going to win regardless of the season. Because with that commitment, you'll be able to weather any storm. But without that commitment, every single reason you shouldn't do it looks like a big enough stumbling block to stop you. Every single reason you shouldn't do it doesn't even look like a stumbling block. It looks like a brick wall that you can't break through. And there are some things that you are making brick walls that are nothing more than pebbles. Throw that thing around and get to work. And what happened after I did that workout, y'all, man, I did that workout, crushed that workout, felt good about that workout, took my little obligatory Facebook selfie, boop, boop, did my workout, 4th week working out. And I went back into my hotel room and I was able to get back in bed, have like 2 more hours of good sleep, woke up feeling good about myself. And what came to my mind was, oh, what you just did was not just work out. What you just did was you built muscle. You built discipline. And you built good memory. Are y'all cool with me giving y'all just one? Like, if y'all cool with me going, man, if y'all cool with me giving you a little bit more, just drop more in the comments. Because I'm going to tell you something right now that used to really hold me back. Now, in business, I don't know why, but I really don't have too many issues getting to work. I actually think it's weird when people be like, I want to have $1 million business, but then they want to build it on $10 work ethic. That's weird to me. So I don't really have these problems in business. But I'm so grateful that I'm going through this fitness journey because I can see parallels. Because fitness is more difficult for me than business. So when I'm going through this fitness journey, I'm actually thinking about it. I'm like, man, this is such a great journey to be on because now I can relate more to maybe some of the people in my audience who think a business is difficult, but fitness is easy. You know what I'm saying? So here's the more. This is the thing that is holding many of you back. And if you listen into this, I think what's going to happen is you're going to develop a framework by which to overcome an action. And I want to make sure y'all get into action. Somebody drop action in the chat. Here is the thing. When I did that workout, when I didn't feel like it, what I developed was good memory. And here is the thing. Sometimes you aren't doing what you need to do. I'm about to take these earrings off. Sometimes you're not doing what you need to do because you ain't got a good memory about doing it. And this is what I mean. Oh, I would start the business, but my last business failed. I would go live every day, but last week I went live and didn't nobody show up. I would do this, but last time I did it, I will run Facebook ads, but last time I did it, ain't nobody buy my ads. I spent $10 a day. Instead of us analyzing whether or not we were doing the right activities at the right time for the right reasons, we're just like, your memory is playing tricks on you. So because you didn't do it then, you're not able to do it now. So when you do what you say you're going to do, even when it's difficult, you develop good memory. You build that muscle, you build that habit. And now I can remember a time when I worked out, when it was difficult and I still got over it. And now I'm able to move forward and use that memory as my new memory. And so some of y'all need to develop, some of us, because I am with you, need to develop more good memory. I went to the dentist one day and she was telling me, I have retainers on my bottom teeth because I wore braces as a kid. And I was like, yeah, but my top teeth are kind of shifting. And I don't understand why, because I wore braces for 2 years, I did all the things. And she was like, well, you don't wear a retainer on your top teeth. That's why your top teeth are going to have an overbite, even though your bottom teeth remain straight. And I was like, well, I thought the braces were there to fix the teeth forever. Okay, I want straight teeth forever. And she was like, no, braces don't fix your teeth forever because your teeth have memory. And she was like, it doesn't matter how long you wear the braces. If you're not perpetually working to straighten your teeth by way of a retainer, then your teeth have memory. So it may take a long time and it may not be visible to your eye, But over time, they remember exactly how they were, and they fight to go back to their original state. Now, why do I share that with you all? Because in a moment, you may have the best intentions of doing the right thing, going forward, going faster, but you also are fighting against the memory of the time it didn't work. And every single time you exhibit discipline, what you're doing is you're replacing that old memory, that it didn't work out memory, with good memory. Because you remember everything about you. Even if those around you believe in you, the first person and the most important person to believe in you is you. And the hardest thing about believing in ourselves is we remember every failure, we remember every win, we remember everything, but it's human nature to magnify the bad and diminish the good. I have literally coached people who like, I got 5 degrees. I told people over every continent in the world to do A, B, C, and D, but I don't know if I can charge 6 figures to a corporation. And I'm like, you're more qualified than them people over there charging it. But we give weight to different memories differently. And so you need to develop good memory. You need to develop every time you're disciplined. You're not just doing the act. You are developing the habit of being disciplined, and you are developing good memory so that you can sustain the discipline that you are developing. If y'all got it, drop got it in the chat. If y'all got it, drop got it in the chat. Because we need to believe in ourselves. And that's only going to come from us doing what we need to do. Confidence is built in doing. It's not built in thinking about doing. It's literally built in doing. Every time you pitch, every time you remain consistent, every time you commit to a program and actually show up to the program and do what you're supposed to do, every time you catch yourself from gossiping or making excuses and you make a different decision with your tongue and what you say, you are developing good memory. Everything that come up ain't got to come out. You may feel a certain way, but the other thing that happens is your feelings are not always facts. They do not equal each other. They literally do not equal each other. And in fact, they shouldn't always equal each other, because scientifically, the way we feel is not always accurate. Do you know that the same fight or flight feeling that we have if we were to see a lion or a bear or a tiger is the same fight or flight feeling you may have if you're going to get on a stage or do something that's incredibly scary for you, even though you don't have the same present danger? It's just the way our brains work to protect us, which means that scientifically everything we feel is not a fact. You can feel like you're not qualified and be qualified. You can feel like something won't work and it will work. And so what we have to decipher is how we are going to interpret our emotions in a way that will help us to move forward. But scientifically, everything we feel is not a fact. I could feel like someone doesn't like me. That don't mean they don't. I could feel like someone doesn't want to work with me. Doesn't mean they don't. And so we have to make sure that our feelings are not playing tricks on us and keep a really good pace. So let's recap. 3 ways you all are going to thrive. Somebody drop thrive, THRIVE, drop thrive in the chat if y'all are going to thrive during this thing. Number 1, you're going to develop a winner's mindset. Number 2, you're going to diversify who you sell to. Maybe that means who you're selling to. Industry-wise, go back and watch the replay if you missed that, because that was fire. And it could also mean what you sell, the types of products you sell. And then number 3, you are going to be consistent. You are going to develop consistency regardless. And you are going to develop discipline, and you are going to get the habits that you need. I want y'all to think about this. Get the habits that you need to carry you over into the blessing. And the analogy that we talked about, you all, was imagining that habits and character are like a boat that is going to carry you over into your blessing. If the boat is strong enough. How many of y'all are going to get some strong boats out here? Okay? Because you want to make sure that your character, your habits will carry you over. I'm telling you, every dream, every vision, every good thing people have spoken into your life absolutely can come true. It can. There's no reason it can't. there's no reason it can't unless you decide not to prepare for that thing. One of the ways people talk about manifesting and put all these really creative words to it, I don't know. I'm not anti doing what you got to do. The way that I think about ensuring that I live the life of my dreams is I think about, if I believed every single dream would come true in the future, what preparation would I be doing now? How would I be eating now? How would I be working out now? Who would I be having conversations with now? How would I be pitching now? What would I be stabilizing in my business now? The way that you tell your future you're coming for it is what you do in the present. The decisions you make right now. And so we talked a little bit about that as a strategy. It's like being consistent. Now, I have an opportunity for every single last one of you on this live stream. And the opportunity is you can come to the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge. Now, if you thought this was good, you got value out of this, drop a value in the comments. Literally, you guys, this is a free event. Free event. We have a free ticket. And what we're going to do for the next 5 days, starting next week, and I know Monday is a holiday. That's what they tell me. Starting next week, we are going to be allowing you guys to come to the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge. Starting next week, we're going to get it out early so you can go and do whatever you got to do in the evening time on Monday. But starting next week, we're hosting the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge. Drop challenge in the comments on Instagram. If you need a ticket, you're going to go to the website and you're going to apply. And I'm going to encourage y'all, since y'all are on here, if you can do this on a desktop, do it on a desktop. Because after you apply, put in your email, your password, all the things, you're going to see this page. And this is our challenge page. It shows up differently on a mobile device. But if you have a computer, and you can go to www.pitchyourwaytocash.com, go to www.pitchyourwaytocash.com and get your ticket to the challenge. And what I want you to look at is all the testimonials, over 21 testimonials in the right-hand column of this page. Look at these testimonials. 50K deal closed. TEDx opportunity pitched and landed. The challenge made a difference in my business. You were able to, I never thought I would ever pitch, but now I'm able to pitch because I did the challenge. Walked away with an opportunity, became an approved vendor for training. Sent out 2 pitches during the contract. Got a 7K recurring revenue contract before day 3 of the challenge. Drop challenge in the chat. 4-figure contract landed. 5-figure contract pitched. Secured a meeting with the CEO. Had a meeting with a bank person. 4-figure contract. Like, all of these are just testimonials on this website from people who've worked with us, been in our community, so that you all have proof and evidence. Not that you go, like, I'm not saying you're going to get the same results as them or any of that. Disclaimer, I am a lawyer. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not making any guarantees. But what I'm saying is we would not be doing our 10th challenge if this challenge were not life-changing, life-altering in the best way possible. And so I want you to be in the building. And I'm going to challenge y'all to get a platinum ticket. Because if you have a platinum ticket to the challenge, you get to actually ask me questions during the challenge. You get to say, hey, I got a question. I'm platinum. You get your platinum background. You have your camera on. Boom. Show up live. Boom. And you get to ask some questions. So if you don't have a ticket to the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge happening on Monday, baby, get your ticket. Because that challenge is going to change everything. And what we do guarantee is if you do the homework all 5 days of the challenge, you will pitch a client. Now, if you don't do the homework, I can guarantee you're going to pitch it. I'm not coming to your house to press send on the email. But if you do your homework, you follow along with the challenge, you show up live, what if a couple hours a day could transform the way you do business? If that's the case, who wouldn't be at the challenge? Who wouldn't be there? So drop challenge in the chat. Get your platinum ticket. I want to celebrate you tonight. For those of you who get it by midnight, I want to celebrate you. And I will see y'all at the Pitch Your Way to Cash Challenge. It is going to be off the chain. If you love this video, you got value from it, the only thing I ask you to do, it would greatly help me out. It would really help us spread the word, is to share this video. Share this video with your friends. Share it on their pages. I'm going to keep it up on Instagram. Go back, Instagram family, and just write a comment on the page once I post it and let me know if you got some value out of it. We're going to do more live videos. We got some, I get so excited thinking about it. We got great things planned for you all and in store for you guys. And we have a huge announcement we're going to make at the challenge as well. So I will see y'all next week. If you're coming to the challenge, drop coming in the comments. If you're coming to the challenge, drop coming in the comments. I'm seeing some dones. And look, y'all, on Instagram, I'm going to DM you the link. Go to the link, click it, and register. If you're coming to the challenge, drop coming in the comments. I want to see you guys, celebrate you guys, and I will see y'all there.